Astrobot.
Doing my tweet. I'm actually really I'm really down with Astrobot winning. I'm very, very okay with that. In fact, I'm happy about that because I'm hoping it sends some sort of message to Sony. Like if this doesn't get through to them, I don't know what the fuck could, you know?
Nothing can prepare you for that. Thank you so much.
Let this be a sign.
Once again to all the Asobis back in Japan, you know, all 65 of them right now, they're crying. So please, a round of applause for them. Thank you.
So what you're saying is The Last of Us 2 Remastered Deluxe
Edition.
Edition.
When I thought about, why this game, give people joy and smiles on their faces, I think it came down to the people every day making the game and it's doing exactly that. I think
I haven't played it, so I have an opinion on it. But like I said, I'm down for it winning just for the sake of it potentially showing Sony something that would actually influence the types of games they decide to make going forward.
Privilege to be potentially the first
DLC plus
in the hands of
DLC
children.
Awakening.
We know what it means very much. So Team Us will be ready from the bottom of our heart. It's amazing, and we'll see you again. Thank you so much.
So I don't know if y'all saw my tweet, but I made a tweet earlier about Capcom. Okay, honestly, this year wasn't that bad. Like, of course, it had the usual, like, pacing issues. It's like, okay, we don't need this. Come on, and all that. But I wasn't, like, pissed the fuck off and insulted the entire time. This wasn't amazing by any means, but I'm not offended by this one. And that's rare, because most VGAs fucking offend me. For VGA standards, this is probably like a 6. This one's like a 6 out of 10. But yeah, that tweet I was making, I was saying, as a matter of fact, I'll just pull it up here. Capcom is doing everything that every developer needs to be doing. Having consistent output, that's a huge one because games are taking way too long to come out and they have way too big of budgets and then they deliver and then they have to lay off 500 more people. Focusing on the quality of their games first. A lot of this like just money grabby shit is starting to backfire and I don't know why people are still trying to do these practices, seeing what's going on around them. But y'all remember when they were getting greedy with like MVC3, Street Fighter 5, that era of Capcom? It almost killed them. It almost fucking sunk them. It almost put them up for purchase, I should say, right? And then they just went back to just focusing on making good games, and then suddenly they're at the top of the fucking ladder. They're up there with like FromSoft and Nintendo right now. You know what I mean? The chat just freeze. Uh-oh. I definitely just typed something in the chat. And yeah, my chat froze. Okay, no, I'm getting messages again. Or was no one talking? Was no one just talking that entire time? Okay, that was weird. As soon as the VGAs ended, y'all just stopped talking. What the fuck? Anyways, thank you, Scott, for saying something. What the fuck? And then they're also bringing back old series, right? Because all these other developers are always just like, oh, we're focusing on newer things and oh, that's we don't have the resources, whatever. Maybe if we had some side team that could, we would do it. But nah, it's like Capcom's doing it. So all you other larger third-party developers and Nintendo, Namco, Sega's kind of doing it too. Start bringing back this old shit. People are nostalgic. I was going to say they're getting nostalgic. We've been nostalgic. A lot of us are super jaded when it comes to the large majority of modern gaming, and it has us thinking about the older days and the older games. This is the time to capitalize on that. You like targeted games? You like making money? Okay, maybe a good idea would be making games that gamers are literally telling you they would buy if you made it. It doesn't get any easier than that. I don't understand how these, shareholders in suits could just be so disconnected and lost in the sauce to where they are willingly and deliberately ignoring what fans are telling them that they will buy because they're like, no. These microtransactions will make us more in the long run. It's like, wow, y'all are fucking stupid. You have millions of people saying, hey, I'm a guaranteed fucking sell. You have 3 million people that you see, just 3 million that you see. That doesn't include anyone else who may not be on social media like that. They may not be in the gaming community in social media, right? That one day would just see an Okami 2 trailer and be like, oh shit, Okami? I didn't know they're making a new one, right? So like when you have millions of people saying, hey, we'll buy the shit if you made it, I think it'd be a good idea if you did it. I think it just might make you money. But not only would it make you money, but even if it wouldn't make you like a gigaton, it's still perfectly safe to do. It's perfectly safe because again, you literally have a good portion of the consumer base telling you that they would buy it in a heartbeat. You like Melee HD with Nintendo, right? Nintendo doesn't have to ever think that Melee HD would be a risk. Clearly Melee HD would sell like millions of fucking units. You know what I mean? Clearly Okami is going to fucking sell. People have been clamoring for that shit since the first one. What's another one? What's another remake? You know, Capcom's already been on the remake train. They realized that shit a long time ago before anyone. You know, when the fuck are we gonna get Kirby Air Ride HD? All right, an F-Zero GX or something, please. Guarantee sales, risk-free. You don't have to worry about those things tanking. Yeah, Jack and Daxter. Wasn't there a Jack and Daxter HD collection on PS3? Or am I tripping? Bloodborne. Yeah, Mega Man. Like, why are these not being done? Why? Sony needs to start remake. Sony is putting out like 10 games a generation now. You know what I mean? Exaggeration, hyperbole. You get the point. One thing, Sony, that could really alleviate this problem for you and not having your gamers feeling like they're in droughts is, surprise, surprise, you can go back to one of your best generations ever, being the PS3 gen, and remaster all these games that already sold millions originally. And you have these same people that were part of those millions telling you now in the modern day, hey, Sony, we will buy this from you if you make it. If you remake Infamous 1 and 2 and port that shit to the PS5, bare minimum, that shit would sell 5 million units. Minimum, it would sell 5 million. No questions asked. Killzone 2, probably not as much because of, you know, shooter fatigue and how just diluted that field is, but it'd probably sell like 3 mil, at least, I feel like. Go back to your PS3 bag, remake Warhawk, bring back Wipeout, bring back the Wipeout series, all right? Give us Little Big Planet again. Well, I think that was replaced by, what, Dreams, actually, so that's fine, that's fine. I think Dreams is supposed to be the new Little Big Planet, you know? I've had it set up like this before. I just haven't done it in a long time. But yeah, I still got that tracking on too. Like, am I making sense, y'all? Let me know if I'm not making sense. I feel like I'm making sense. All I know is if I'm a creator, not even a game developer, if I've created anything as a creative and there are fans of that thing, longtime fans, and a decade later, 2 decades later, they're saying, I really love this thing, and man, if they brought this back, me and these 50 other million people sure would buy it. Like, I'm gonna look at that, I'm gonna be like, well, I like money. I'm gonna start coding. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, immediately, I'm hopping on my keyboard and looking into what I need to get this project done. It is guaranteed money. There is no better business than that, because business is risk. But if you know you can sell something that is guaranteed to have a certain amount of people purchase it, fucking go for it. Especially if it doesn't take, you know, like 100 people to do an entire, you know, big first party studio that you own. It's like, no, you can get 40 guys together. to do like a remaster of Killzone 2. Like, you don't need a huge team to remaster an older game like that. And you don't need a lot of money. Easy ways to fill in the gaps between your major releases and also help fund and facilitate those same major releases that come later on. It is a goddamn win-win situation. It is the biggest mystery to me in the gaming industry as to why we're like certain companies, not all, because, you know, Sega and obviously Capcom is doing a great job, but like Nintendo's coming around now as of the Switch gen. You know, once they remaster Thousand Year Door, I'm like, okay. I think Nintendo is starting to see it with the whole remastering thing. They, you know, because that's something that people have been clamoring for a long time, and they did Super Mario RPG, which was also kind of comforting because that was more of an obscure pick. So it's like, okay, they're willing to remaster like older shit too. And there was that Endless Ocean, or no, that was a new one, right? I don't know why I thought that was a remake or remaster. Yeah, that was straight up Endless Ocean too. Never mind, scratch that. But yeah, like those two games. Yeah, I'm still shocked that the Thousand Year Door remake exists, because that was like a top 3 game that Nintendo fans for decades have been clamoring like, we need a remake of this shit, please, or a sequel to it. And it's very rare that Nintendo does the exact thing that their fans are actually asking for. You know what I mean? So that was like, oh, yo, holy shit. Like, I didn't even play the game. I'm not a fan of the series, but even for me, I was like, is this real life? Nintendo actually did an exact thing that they were asked to do? How often does that happen, you know? Not very often. Not very often at all. I hope Mother 3 never comes. I hope it never happens. I hope you guys never get the fucking satisfaction of Mother 3 or an official translation. You know why? Because y'all fucking deserve it. You deserve not to get it. Maybe if y'all weren't so zealous and religious and gung-ho and wolving and harassing with your motherdom, okay? Maybe if it weren't for all that, y'all would have it by now. But y'all probably pissed Nintendo off at this point. All right? Right, Ebby? Tell them. Yeah. See, even Ebby knows. All right. I'm about to play games, baby girl. You got to get down. Okay? Let's get down. I got to get her groomed soon. She's kind of looking a mess right now. But here's Ebby. You guys haven't seen her in a minute, I feel like, because she doesn't really try to get in my lap too often because she's older. She doesn't jump like she used to, you know. I'd go for a Gilly, my baby girl. Her hair just grows so fast, man. Like, we just got her groomed like 3 weeks ago. And it's just grown right the fuck back out. Yeah, classic doggo. I've had Ebony since 2016. Classic doggo. All right, baby girl, I'm putting you down now, okay? Come on. Good girl. All right, let me grab some water and we'll hop on some Rivals. I will BRB.